Go.
Hi everybody, it's Brett. Today's video is about road debris. Now, as we probably know if you drive around very much, there's a lot of road debris out on the highways and byways nowadays. It can be something as harmless as a paper cup to something more serious like fallen furniture that could cause serious damage to your car or truck. Now, number one thing you need to know about road debris accidents: if you have a vehicle that has full coverage insurance that you want to keep in good shape, if you hit a piece of road debris and it causes damage to that vehicle and you want that vehicle fixed, depending on the circumstances of your accident, your insurance company might classify that as a collision claim, and it could lead to higher insurance rates for you. And I have personal experience with this. Several years ago, I was driving through Tulsa one night. It was late, it was dark, there was other traffic around. I was driving through the north part of town on Highway 75. I was doing the speed limit, but you know, it was highway speeds. Came across some hay bales that had fallen in the middle of the road, the square, smaller hay bales, and traffic around. There wasn't anything I could do. I ran into one of them, and it bent the underside of my bumper on my 1993 Camaro pretty bad. So I ended up reporting this to the Tulsa Police Department. An officer came, I talked to him. He took a report so I could use it for my insurance. Obviously, he didn't issue any citations or tickets or anything like that. Sent me on my way. The next business day, I go into my insurance office, my local insurance office in Kansas, where I was living at the time, and I tell them about the accident. And I think the agent's employee that I talked to even told me, "Well, this is probably going to be classified as a collision claim, but we'll get on it." And I was like, why would you classify it as a collision claim? It wasn't really my fault. The hay bale was in the middle of the road. Obviously, it fell off another truck or something. Somebody dropped it. And she basically gave me some response to the effect of, based on the circumstances, that's just how they would do it. So I ended up going to a local shop, got the car fixed, paid the deductible. The shop did a good enough job, and thought it was pretty much all resolved and over. And some point down the road, a few months later or whatever, I get my renewal notice from my insurance company. And I've noticed on my renewal notice that they're charging me more based on the fact that I have an at-fault accident. So I call up my agent to talk about it, and he basically says that's related to the accident running into the hay bale. And he says that basically the insurance company feels like, you know, when it comes to debris in the road or objects in the road, that you're supposed to have enough awareness to avoid running into them. Which I kind of understand his point, but also, you know, based on the circumstances, based on the fact that I wasn't really doing anything wrong, I felt like that really shouldn't have been classified as an at-fault accident. To me, if you hit a piece of road debris, at the end of the day, the person who dropped the object in the road should be responsible for the damage, because people have a duty to secure the load on their pickup truck or their car. But I guess, we can't figure out who dropped the hay bale. They're long and gone. So anyway, I tried to fuss with them about it. I tried to get them to... It didn't go anywhere. So they stuck to their guns that it was my fault. They weren't going to reclassify the claim or, not give me a better rate on insurance or anything like that. So I think, well, I'll look around and get a new insurance company. And basically, when I go shopping for insurance again, they're telling me that these other companies that I inquire with about getting coverage, they can check a database. They see that my company has submitted and that I have a claim against me, and they're not going to give me as good a rate. So, you know, there's basically, at that point, there is nothing I could do to get this thing changed. Now, to add insult to all this, the insurance agent, my insurance agent locally there in Kansas, told me that if the hay bale or an object you hit is in motion when you collide with it, that they probably would have classified it as a collision, not as a collision claim, but as a comprehensive claim. A comprehensive claim is normally things like, usually it's reserved for outside damages. It could be vandalism, natural disaster, things like that. But he told me that deer accidents, for example, at least I guess in that state, are usually classified as comprehensive claims because, it's an animal, the animal is in motion, it kind of comes out of nowhere. So, that just seemed to add salt to the wound, I guess. Now, maybe some people will say that I should have just been able to avoid this hay bale in the middle of the road. That's fine. I guess you will be in, the same company as the insurance company. But I just felt like, another raw deal about the whole situation. If this object had been moving when I'd hit it, maybe I could have gotten a comprehensive claim and wouldn't have to pay as much in a higher rate going forward. Because a comprehensive claim looks better on your insurance record than a collision claim. And I ended up writing a letter to the Kansas Insurance Commission about this. As you might guess, they were not very helpful. I don't have the letter anymore, but if I could read it, you'd pretty much know that if I changed their letterhead with the insurance company's letterhead, it could have just as well have been written by them. They basically said that as far as they were concerned, the insurance company, it was within their discretion to classify the accident as a collision claim. So, I guess the bottom line is, try not to hit road debris, but if you do hit road debris, make sure it's moving. I can't, advise anybody to lie to an insurance company or the police about the circumstances of your accident, but, apparently if it's in motion when you hit it, it could end up better for you in the long run. So, that's today's video. If you're wondering why I didn't name the insurance company, I guess I could have, but I didn't really want this video to be about, people finding out which company this was and, just saying, oh, I've always had trouble with them or demonizing that company, because I do believe other companies might have done this the same way, because insurance companies aren't always fair. Let's face it. But lest anybody think I had some cut-rate fly-by-night company, I will say that it was a major insurance carrier that advertises frequently on television. So, anyway, don't forget to get your pet spayed and neutered. Bye now.